I'm David. I'm David Carnoy, and I'm here at the launch of the Samsung Galaxy Tab. I'm David Carnoy, and I'm here at the launch of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S. This is Samsung's new premium tablet. Comes in a couple of different sizes. I'm holding 8.4.
The Galaxy Tab 4 8.0 is a simple inside. Textured back is comfortable and gives it some grip support, but its plastic build feels a bit cheap. The capacitive buttons on the bottom bezel are easy to accidentally trigger, which can be frustrating if straining or its blade.
I'm David Carnoy, and I'm here at the launch of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S. This is Samsung's new premium tablet. Comes in a couple of different...
What's up, everybody? Welcome to CNET Live. We are here getting ready for Samsung's tablet announcements. In the house joining me today is Mr. Donald Bell. We also have Eric Franklin over here doing the thing. Kelly Hendricks is rocking the board. So we'll be here. The show is supposed to start at approximately 4 p.m. So we've got about 18 to 20 minutes. Our editors on site have already just taken their seats. So what we wanted to do is kind of set up the stage for what we can expect here, and pretty much I don't think it's going to be any mystery to anyone who's looked on the internet or anything, but we're expecting to see two new tablets from Samsung. All the rumor sites have pretty much blown them out, and we'll talk about those in a bit. But
the event's called Samsung Tab into Color.
It's
right?
It's a tab.
It could be a tab of acid. Could be everyone just tripping out, at Radio City Music Hall.
I think that could work.
Samsung venturing into a new pharmaceutical territory.
Yeah.
So we do want to tell you guys that, like every live show, we really want to make you guys feel a part of it. It's really interactive, so there's two ways that you can be a part of the show. The first way is to call us. We have the phone number right down here on the bottom. It's 1-888-900-CNET. If you want to ask any questions about what you guys are hoping to see, or just want to pick our brains about anything, you could talk to us about the World Cup if you wanted to, quite honestly. I just came back from the game, so, I put in 2 goals.
The most awkward way to keep up with the World Cup is to call up CNET Live and ask Brian Tong.
You're going to be treading on, in
whatever
shallow
we
waters.
got to do to fill the time. All right, I'll be flexible.
So just to kind of set the stage up here of what's happening just overall in the tablet space, we know the tablet market has been talked about as the next kind of wave of being able to outsell the desktops, the laptops. We've seen a decline in desktops. A recent report by NPD estimates that 315 million tablets will ship in 2014 and will finally, they expected them to surpass them last year, but this is really the year where it makes that jump. Eric, you review a lot of these now, and Donald used to be on the tablet beat as well. You've seen it start from a very nascent market to now a mainstream device. What are your thoughts overall on just how it's grown and where can it go?
It's weird. The tablet market is kind of this weird thing because it's portable, it's mobile, but it has a large screen. And I feel like as the screens get larger and larger, and they are definitely getting larger and larger, we're up to 12 inches now on some of the latest Samsung tablets.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of misses the point of having a nice portable device.
Yeah, I think one of the things that gets missed a lot when people talk about how desktops and laptops are on the decline on sales-wise and tablets are on the rise is that I don't think they're replacing each other necessarily. You know, I feel like people aren't getting rid of their old computers. They're just not upgrading them because there's not a compelling reason to upgrade.
That's a good point.
Instead of they're buying these tablets as a way to check their email from the couch, or check the newspaper from the toilet, or whatever they're doing with them. Whatever's selling units. I don't know.
Guilty as charged.
But it's a hard category to really wrap your arms around in terms of like understanding what the consumer impulse is.
I can totally wrap my arms around it and give a nice
little hug, nice
little
warm,
snuggle.
radiating
I mean,
hug.
when tablets first came out, no one was really given a reason for them. You know, we've seen tablets out years before they really took off a couple years ago. Like, quite honestly, the iPad kind of set that space on fire.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of got all these companies rallying around that. And initially, I wanted a tablet because I just thought it was a cooler, bigger screen iPad. Now, when you have a
cooler, bigger screen
iPhone, yeah, sorry, you know what I mean, right?
No, but that's exactly what I thought, and that's why I didn't want one, because I was just like, I already have that. I don't need all those things on a bigger screen. I personally didn't need that. That was iPad Generation 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Gen 2 came out, Gen 3, then I was like, okay, they're really putting some like really powerful hardware in here. They started releasing some really kind of compelling games and apps and stuff, and then it got interesting to me. But before that, it was just like you said, like a larger.
But I was stoked about that. I think watching people's reactions when the tablet market and when that first iPad was announced, people were like, "That's dumb." But inside that room, and it wasn't because Steve Jobs put his like voodoo spells on us. Yeah. I'm like, that's pretty cool. So when I came out of there, I was kind of surprised by the reaction. A lot of people.
The negative reaction?
Yeah, I was actually surprised by it because when I think also until we've seen this kind of bear out until someone picks up a tablet, they go like, okay, this is fun. I get it. Not that they need it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I felt like people just needed something to buy.
But what's funny is that a lot of the complaints out of the gate about tablets still haven't really been answered. You know, it's still hard to type on a tablet.
Yeah.
No matter how many case innovations come. It's a more cramped space to type in, but I think people just are okay with that now. But it was
you think so?
It was the biggest complaint coming out. Like, I can't buy. How am I going to type or do any work on a tablet? And I think people just resign themselves not to doing it.
I work with tablets a lot, and I'm still not used to typing on a tablet screen.
I think that's why we're all doing this podcast or this live event from a bunch of laptops. It's well, there's still a reason for a laptop.
But then
we're also very old men. So,
but then at the same time, and we are going to get your calls. The lines are filling up, guys, and we are going to take those calls in a moment. But then, okay, forget about the awkwardness of typing on a tablet, and some of the cases are actually pretty good, but. The fact that now you can go on airplanes and you can use your tablets or your phones in airport mode, make that clear, while the phone is taking off. I mean, it finally that's using it like a magazine, whatever. I read a whole lot of comic books on it.
Part of that is that tablets had great battery life out of the gate. I think that was the thing that the iPad nailed that no other tablet preceding that had been able to do, which was like that 10-hour benchmark of battery life. Sure. And everything's been trying to live up to that since then.
I feel like they're just finally catching up to that, by the way. Yeah.
But I mean, that's what makes it like a great vacation gadget, where you would not take your 4-hour battery life PC tablet prior to that out on vacation because it was just going to die on you at the airport,
Yeah.
Also, tablets, excellent for playing Hearthstone on a plane.
Okay.
See, we've got two planes, guys, and also a great babysitter. Let's not forget that tablets are great babysitters.
Cat sitter, maybe?
Possibly. There's plenty of cat apps out there. There are really. All right, let's go to the phone lines and talk to my man Shamar. What's up, Shamar?
Hey, Brian. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, I had a question about do we think as far as a standout feature here, like I noticed with their smart wearables, Samsung is kind of trying to get away from Android. Do you think that they're going to try to maybe graduate Tizen away from Android with this tablet? And, this is kind of something to kind of just stand out. I mean, they've done so many different screen sizes. I almost feel sorry for Donald every time he has to cover like the 6.5, the 7.5, the 8.1, and all this other stuff. And I'm just trying to see what they're going to do to stand out here.
All indications right now don't point to Tizen yet, on a tablet at least. We know about, like you said, their smartphones and their wearables, but there are no indications that they've gone full. Quite honestly, with Tizen launching and starting, much like some of the earlier operating systems, they start on smaller screens. It takes time to kind of evolve them, and really, yeah, sure, they could just supersize it, but I've got to imagine because Samsung is trying to separate themselves from Android more and more, they want to at least release something that's, let's say, a little more polished than what we're used to from Samsung, just throwing stuff on the wall and letting it stick. And an OS, really, you got to get that pretty tight before you just throw it out there. Yeah. So we don't expect to see Tizen on the tablets, at least this time around, and we'll talk about the tablets, but it's got to be the natural progression of where they're going from just their strategy as a company of how they're showing us what they're doing.
Yeah, I feel like they've been moving away from Android, pure Android, for a while now.
Yeah, I think that's been Samsung's MO forever, which is we have to put our own stank on this thing to make it ours, to make a compelling reason for people to buy ours over some other Android product. I feel like a lot of people have been buying Samsung Android devices in spite of TouchWiz being on it, not because of it. But I don't know if Samsung ever sees it that way. I think they see it as being a unique value proposition that you're getting the TouchWiz version of Android on your Samsung product.
I know you're not a fan of TouchWiz, but I have to say, in the last year, in the last few tablets that have had it on there, it's gotten much better. I actually prefer the Samsung version of Android over the pure Google version
on a tablet
right now. On a tablet, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Shamar, just to pick your brain a little bit, what do you think? Are tablets starting to do too much, or are you happy? Are you okay with that? Because I feel like tablets now are at the point where we're used to them. We know what they can do. Some people want more, but they're starting to do. I'm feeling like they're starting to get a little crazy and doing a little too much. But where are you at with that?
Well, as far as with tablets, I'm thinking we finally gotten to a graduation point like we did with the iPad. For me, it's funny. I hear a lot of people you guys talk about it in the tech space as far as trying to get work done. I've always seen it more as a media consumption device, like as far as for movies, web, and I'm basically the only techie person that ever comes. Like I bought a Nexus 7 just to try something different, just so I can get a feel for a different OS, kind of get away from Apple and just to see what the competition has to offer. But as far as doing too much, I feel that they've come at a point where it's just like, okay, it's another tablet, great, wonderful. It's a nice to have, not a need to have. And I'm like here with this event, like into color. I'm just trying to kind of see what they're trying to do to make us all want to rush and get one at this point. Because it like you said, they've been doing the spaghetti approach to products lately. I mean, this is like the third press conference in 3 months or something. As far as with their wearables, with the phone, and then I heard something about the Galaxy F coming out later on this year. So. Right. And I give them their props. I see their kiosk in Best Buy and stuff like that. So I know they're trying, and they have plenty of other different types of products out there. So Samsung definitely is in a position to make this work. It's just finding, I guess, that magical thing that's going to make everybody just kind of, have them separate themselves from the pack. The whole Jedi Airwave thing is kind of cool.
Come on, man! You like the Jedi action. You want to Jedi your tablet.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, if I'm eating chicken or something, I don't feel like touching my tablet. Yeah. All of these are these nice little, Houdini Zatanna tricks that, while it's cool to wow people that don't have the slightest idea about tech, what. They're like, oh, cool, I can do that. Is that going to make me spend $300, $400, $500 on one?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest surprises I've seen is that they're still able to support like a high-end tablet market with all the low-end tablet, like the $200, $300 tablets that are out there, that Samsung still makes so many premium-priced tablets. Or even like a Microsoft.
Yeah. Thanks for Shamar. Thanks so much for calling. I accidentally we were about to be wrapped up, but I accidentally dropped your call.
Accidentally.
But I mean, Shamar is always calls in and has some great points.
We appreciate the Zatanna reference, Shamar. Thanks for that.
Is it Zatanna is in like the magic wand or
she's one of the
DC? Yeah. Okay. I was
the leotard.
Yes. I wasn't sure if that was the Zatanna you're talking about, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's her.
I was over here. I had no idea.
So the event here, this is another thing that Shamar touched upon. Samsung throwing many events, and they're not the only company. This event is going to be happening at Madison Square Garden, but not in the Madison Square Garden, but in like a separate room rented out. That's part of the facility.
Room closet, the
gardens.
And we have some tweets and some pictures from some of our editors that are going to be there.
Maybe it's
Roger
not
Chang.
Madison. Maybe when they said, "Oh, we're going to be at the Garden," they actually meant the Olive Garden. That's where they're going to be. So
You're going to get yourself in trouble.
They've rented out like Radio City Music Hall before. I mean, Eric, we have a scoop on the next Samsung Galaxy tablet. Here, why don't you go in the back over there at Olive Garden? We're gonna get everyone else in the front.
Is there breadsticks?
They have a lot of products to announce. They just came out with like a stovetop range today or something too.
So just to show you guys at least a hint of what we expect to see, and this is why I'm a little curious of. I feel like they've got to bring more, but I have my screen pulled up. This is kind of a preview. A lot of sites have been talking about EvLeaks. If you're not familiar with EvLeaks, the Twitter account, I mean, they're all over this stuff. But we're expecting to see 2 tablets here today called the Samsung Galaxy Tab S, ranging in sizes from 8.4 to 10.5. The whole idea of them promoting this as Tab into color is allegedly a reference more about the screen that they're going to be using. They'll both be using WQ XGA displays, 2560 by 1600 pixels, but we've seen that resolution before. That's nothing new from a pixel density standpoint.
Nexus 10 did that a couple years ago, so yeah, it's nothing new.
So I just feel like whether yes, this is kind of playing off the Samsung Galaxy line as well. That it appears that the back is going to have that kind of Band-Aid or dye texture
leather finish.
Yeah, and if it's Tab in a color, and some of the reports are saying, they might only release 2 colors. Well, that's not Tab into color.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they announce something more than these 2 to make kind of a hubbub to call members of the press. This is something that I feel like you should just announce yourself online. This is nothing revolutionary.
The fact that
we're
all in this room talking about them right now is exactly why they do this.
At 4 p.m.
Right.
I need a smoothie.
Yeah.
I need a smoothie with a juice
walk
boost
out of
right
the
now.
room right now, Brian.
I got something stronger in my office if you want to get it.
I'm good with that too. All right, let's talk to Alex in Virginia. Alex, can you hear us okay?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Alex? How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good, and you?
Good. Thanks for calling CNET Live. What do you want to talk about today?
Oh, I got a really good question.
Good.
We'll see about that, Alex. We'll see about that.
With Galaxy tablets and devices of the tablet market, what would be a good range to determine when the tablet can replace both laptops and desktops?
So are you trying to ask us about what product? I mean, if you're talking about the product that comes the closest right now, it would be the Surface.
Probably the Surface.
Just because of how they've, has the built-in keyboard. Their operating system is, at least the strategy that they're approaching, is built to serve both desktop and mobile devices with Windows 8 platform. They're the one that is in the best position right now, but if you talk to everyone who's used them, they'll say they're the most versatile tablet, but it's still not a desktop replacement.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the individual user's needs, right? So, like a Surface might be overkill for someone, but iPad or Nexus 7 might be ideal. I know a lot of people that have replaced. I don't use a computer anymore. I just use my Nexus 7. I'm like, how do you do that?
I mean, you must not do much.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm not saying that you can't do enough on a tablet, but really, come on,
exactly.
Man. Come on,
I'm waiting for
come on, man.
There needs to be at some point there will be the nanoparticles that just stretch the screen to whatever thing you need.
Here we go,
right?
Donald Future Teller.
I'm dreaming it. I'm putting it out into the universe. All right.
Imagine you're doing your Peter Peter Molyneux impression over here. Imagine a tablet with nanoparticles that can stretch apart.
Yes. I mean, that would solve it. I feel like we're just buying essentially screens at different sizes.
Pretty much what we're doing,
At some point, there's going to be some kind of magical conversion.
But wouldn't that be too good of a deal? Like, you just buy that, you wouldn't buy anything else.
Right.
You're like,
that would be the end of Samsung.
Yeah, exactly.
We've made one product that can do everything.
We listen to Donald Bell.
We're done.
The other thing about this whole, tablet as a desktop, Alex, and thanks so much for calling, is that, I mean, I feel like tablets now also, although people have decided to buy tablets I feel like more than any other device outside of the ecosystem they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to say what product do people typically possibly break their ecosystem cycle, it might be a tablet, but then when it all comes back around, all these devices still to me come down to the ecosystem. So whether someone makes this great Windows 8 tablet device, because right now a majority of users are using iOS or Android devices, that solution, the people aren't buying that right now. Now, Samsung and Apple still haven't come up with a good enough case, like actual case with a keyboard. I mean, there are some out there that are people truly replacing them with their desktops, but to me, it's all ecosystem. Like, there's no way right now that I'm going to buy a Windows Surface tablet right now because I'm completely locked into a different ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy a Surface Pro and then you'd have access to all the legacy apps as well, or legacy programs as well. But if you're going to go for like an actual tablet Surface RT, Surface RT2, unless you're cool with what they're offering on the Windows
That's
store.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
You know? And I think a lot of people...
I wouldn't do it.
And a lot of people that jumped in the tablet space early had to choose between Android or iOS.
Yeah.
So they kind of were like, okay, this is the ecosystem I'm going with.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying there's not a lot of Windows users out there that want to get a Surface, but that's one of those challenges that they have to face.
Definitely a challenge.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's kind of a somewhat lost cause. I think it's like an unsolvable thing to make the tablet that is going to be great for work too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if it's ever going to happen. And maybe I'm just being negative, but I feel like but I think the companies that are chasing after that are the ones that are in total denial that everything's running the opposite way. Everything's running towards the $200 tablet that is good enough.
Right.
And then people hold on to their, 5-6-year-old laptop. But it's like, that's where the innovation that consumers, I think, actually want is happening. It's just a less expensive laptop or less expensive tablet that lasts longer, doesn't have to have 5 times the pixel density of the last one they bought.
Yeah. I'm not really getting the whole the continued
there's only so many more
resolution
things you can pack into a medium-priced tablet that are going to get people excited.
Well, you need to
go color screen, which is seemingly the amount of colors you can.
Color screen?
I mean, the amount of colors. We're about to watch this event where we think that the thing they're going to talk about is how there's more colors, more colorful.
It looks
screen
richer and brighter.
How many more innovations can you have in screen technology? I mean, you can have more, but how many more are going to be compelling?
More.
You're going to be like,
I want more.
No, until you upgrade your eyeballs to be able to see extra colors that were not available to you before.
Okay.
It's only so much you can do.
Okay, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to because the Samsung keynote has started. I know there's 3 of you on the phone line. If you want to stick with us, you can, or call us back at the end of the show. We'll actually, I think we're going to be out of here. Don't call us back. Has it started yet officially yet, Kelly? Not yet. Okay. So let's do this. Let's take a few of these calls and clean them out before we get to the actual keynote. Kelly, our producer, will let us know when we're good to go. But Matthew from Witter. Matthew, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. What's up, man? What did you want to talk about today? Thanks for calling CNET Live.
What's the biggest screen? What screen size do you think is too big for a tablet?
Though getting to the 12.2 space already to me is a little too big.
Here it is right here.
Right here. Yeah. I mean, look at this. This is bigger than my face.
Do you want to count the tabletop PCs, the tablets? I mean,
the
those
21,
those go bitty big, right?
Those are tablets, technically.
You can actually take those away from a wall socket and use those mobily, right?
Stick around somewhere around the 10-inch size is nice.
Unless
it's
you're
nice.
gonna be playing Settlers of Catan or something with your
because I'm playing that all the time.
So you can play Twister on the tablet. It's not big enough.
So I'm feeling 10 all around 10. 10.
So 20 would be overdoing it.
Well, if you want 20, you go large, man. I'm not going to stop you from doing that,
Yes, he is. He's saying that now. He'll stop you. He'll find out where you live. He'll come to your house and stop you.
I wouldn't get on the bus with a 20-inch tablet. Let's just say that.
No, that's too much.
Too much. Hey, Matthew, thanks for calling, buddy. All right.
All right, take care.
Okay, we're going to go to the keynote now. It appears that Samsung has started, so we'll be back here just to recap everything back here on CNET Live. So enjoy the keynote, the show. We'll see what we get, and we'll be back in a little bit.
And a big thank you to everyone in Brazil for taking a break from the football match to enjoy our webcast this evening as well. From Unpacked in Berlin and Barcelona, to Premiere in London last year, and now New York, we're very excited to unveil our new line of devices. To get us started, I would like to invite to the stage President and Head of Sales and Marketing of the IT and Mobile Communications Division at Samsung Electronics, Mr. DJ Lee.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Before we start, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, our global customers, for choosing Galaxy S5. The innovative Galaxy S5 has been welcomed and embraced around the world. I promise you that this relentless innovation will never stop. We keep improving our product. I promise you that this relentless innovation will never stop. We keep improving our product to bring you the innovation you want. As we have always said, our inspiration comes from you. We are here today to introduce another example of Samsung's commitment to our customers. Innovation in tablet market is not an exception. For Samsung, our successful growth in tablet is well aligned with the overall expansion of the market. The growth has been rapid year over year and expected to continue. One industry analyst predicted that tablet shipment could reach 290 million units worldwide this year. Eventually, tablet shipment will surpass those of both the laptop and the desktop computers. Understanding market trend is important. However, business is nothing without commitment and execution. We have made major commitment to tablet because we strongly believe in its market's potential. We have devoted substantial resources not only to hardware excellence, but also to content, service, and better user experiences. And our commitment has generated results. In 2011, Samsung's market share in tablet was less than 10%. In the 3 years since, Samsung has doubled its market share to more than 22%. Now, I am very excited to tell you about the next line of a product that will continue this momentum. This truly draws a line between the tablet currently available and what comes next. Please allow me to introduce the Galaxy Tab S. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Samsung Galaxy Tab S. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This Samsung Galaxy Tab S comes in 8.4-inch and the 10.5-inch variations. This new tablet raised the bar for tablet viewing experience with the Samsung pioneered Super AMOLED display. It produces the most natural color and expresses images in a richer, brighter, and lively way. It's simply beautiful, like jewelry. The sleek, beautifully designed tablet is only 6.6 millimeters thin and comes with various stylish and practical accessories. In addition to significant improvement in hardware, we have also focused on excellence in software, content, and usability. Imagine you are enjoying movie or video on your Galaxy Tab S in the living room, and at the same time, your phone rings in another room. Your Tab S directly connected to your Galaxy smartphone so that you can get a call directly from tablet right on the big screen here. This is a feature named Side Sync. Furthermore, you can access your desktop window computer through your Galaxy Tab S from another location. The remote PC features let you access your favorite program on your desktop, find and transfer data no matter where you are. We have prepared a wide range of premium content and services developed both by Samsung and through unique collaboration with our important partners. Here is a glimpse of it. Paper Garden is Samsung's own premium magazine service debuting with the Galaxy Tab S. With the Samsung Milk Music, you can enjoy free music streaming services. Samsung Watch On provides you with a TV program guide and the video on-demand services. In addition to these Samsung services, I would like to thank you to all our partners who provide a wide range of entertainment contents Galaxy Tab S users. First of all, thank you to Google for developing My Library that enables users to access a wide range of movies and entertainment, as well as variety books and magazines. Thank you to Netflix for higher definition contents for the first time for Galaxy users. Thank you to Flipboard, helping to build up Contents Home and for their long-term partnership with us. I offer my sincere gratitude to all our partners for helping complete best-in-class tablet experiences. Galaxy Tab S delivers unprecedented collection of enhanced productivity and security features. Having fun with your kids gets even easier on our child-friendly kids mode. Let them, thank you. Kids mode is really good for your parents. Let them play, learn, and be creative with our Galaxy Tab S, all in the safe way. The launch of Galaxy Tab S brings our customer the experience they asked for in a way only Samsung can provide. This is a culmination of a tireless innovation in visual display, beautifully packed in an elegant and ultra-portable mobile devices with the service and the contents developed by Samsung and our renowned partners. I just quickly ran through the key benefit of a Galaxy Tab S. I hope you liked it. My colleague will share more details, and then hundreds of actual devices are ready for you to try. Please sit back, enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you for your listening. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lee. Now, let's zero in on these two great tablets with my colleague, Senior Vice President at Samsung Electronics America, Mr. Michael Abari. Thanks, Ryan, and thank everybody here for being with us tonight. I think you'll agree, tablets have evolved significantly in just the past few years, mostly in function and purpose. They've become part of our daily lives more than ever. So much so that today, we'd hardly know what we'd do without them. They're such an integral part of our lives because they offer such versatility. And the way we use tablets has also changed over the years. Web browsing, emails, games were the top uses just a short time ago. But research shows that now we're using tablets mostly to watch videos. And the types of videos that we're watching on tablets have shifted from short-form 30-second clips to long-form TV shows and full-length movies. And obviously, for watching videos, the viewing experience is critical. Samsung saw an opportunity there and a need for a tablet display that parallels the picture quality of our best TVs. Producing innovative displays that immerse and captivate is part of our DNA. So, we're leveraging our core competency in display technology to create a new personal visual device optimized for delivering the ultimate viewing experience. Introducing the Galaxy Tab S. The Tab S is, simply put, our best tablet ever, elevating it to flagship status within our tablet portfolio. It's the world's first high-resolution Super AMOLED tablet. There are 4 ways Tab S will revolutionize the industry and lead on innovation. First, the display. Tab S delivers an amazingly powerful viewing experience with the most advanced WQXGA Super AMOLED display on the market. Its 16:10 screen provides an incredible resolution of 2560 by 1600. Second, design. This is Samsung's thinnest and lightest tablet ever. Next, connectivity. It works seamlessly with your phone and laptops. And finally, it provides high-level security to keep your data protected. Now, let's go back to the Super AMOLED display. Watch the transformation of colors in this forest. That final immersive burst of lush green you're seeing is like the experience you'll have on the Tab S. True for this tiger. He looks more majestic, in part because you can see richer detail in his fur and whiskers. You really sense the contrast between the black stripes and the orange stripes. It's truly eye-catching because the Super AMOLED display of Galaxy Tab S brings a whole new level of detail to the eye. It delivers many more colors, more dynamically, and in ways never experienced before. The Tab S delivers the ultimate viewing experience elevated to an emotional experience. What makes this possible? One thing for sure, it's not just about pixel density. It's also about pixel quality. Great displays, of course, have significant pixels per inch, but that's only one of many factors that improve the experience. The key is that Super AMOLED and LCD screens produce colors differently. LCDs can't emit light on their own. They need a backlight, color filters, a light diffuser, and other layers to create the image. All these layers block out some of the light that would otherwise reach your eye. All these layers block out some of the light that would otherwise reach your eye. They also add to the thickness of the display. Plus, the backlight has to remain constantly on to produce the image, so it draws more power. On the other hand,
Super AMOLED is an emissive technology, so there's nothing to block the light output of the display. And while LCDs give you filtered colors, Super AMOLED gives you direct, unimpeded colors and detail. With AMOLED, each and every pixel is alive. There are 4 advantages associated with Super AMOLED display that you can enjoy on your Tab S. Wider color range, deep contrast, Samsung's own adaptive display, and outstanding outdoor visibility. Starting with color range, for content creators, it's important to have a wide choice of colors to work with and a display that accurately reproduces those colors. And when you see that content on the tablet, isn't it important to have a true-to-life viewing experience? You want to be brought closer to seeing on a display true colors. The Galaxy Tab S is the only tablet that gets you the closest to real-life colors. This chromaticity diagram illustrates the 3 additive primary colors, red, green, and blue, combined to express the spectrum we see on a display. The smaller triangle represents a standard RGB color gamut called sRGB, which most LCD screens support. The larger triangle is the Adobe RGB gamut, the standard color space for professional printing and photography. sRGB only covers about 70% of the Adobe RGB color spectrum, leaving a lot of potential unfulfilled. In comparison, Super AMOLED display covers more than 90% of Adobe RGB. That means with AMOLED, we're revealing about 20% more of the color spectrum our eyes expect to see. This wider color expression especially extends into much richer cyans and greens. So the greens are brighter and more vivid, like an emerald, eye-catching, mesmerizing, and emotive. And the whole picture shows vibrant, richer colors that get closer to real-life colors than ever before. It portrays the true colors that content creators intended. Now, color accuracy appeals to more than the artistic set. It has practical implications as well. Let's say you're shopping online with an LCD tablet, and you buy a pastel blue shirt. When it arrives, you open the box, and it's lavender, and you hate lavender, and now you hate your tablet. With the Galaxy Tab S, that won't ever happen because this device, with what you see is what you get. The visual clarity is absolutely stunning. You really have to experience it. Now, aside from visual richness, let's also talk about depth and image clarity made possible with Super AMOLED's infinitely deep contrast. When compared to conventional LCD tablets, contrast ratio is about 100 times better on Super AMOLED, 100 times. Another benefit of AMOLED is true black, achievable because it can completely turn off pixels. These 2 images show what's possible on Tab S with a contrast ratio that's 100 times higher. And with deeper blacks, you get so much more detail, even in the darkest areas of an image. And to make the viewing experience even better, we've incorporated our adaptive display technology. We believe a display should adapt to both the type of content being viewed as well as the environment it's being viewed in. So we developed screen technology, our adaptive display, to automatically optimize the gamma, brightness, contrast, and sharpness of these 7 key native apps. The basic user interface, gallery, video calls, camera, the ebook reader, browser, and of course, video. For instance, when you're reading an ebook, adaptive display sharpens the text and makes background tone softer to reduce eye strain. Also, since tablets are portable, they're meant to be used everywhere in any kind of light. So whether you're at home, on the subway, or in a coffee shop, the Tab S adapts to its environment. Especially for Samsung's browser and ebook, the RGB sensor detects and analyzes ambient light and then adjusts the white balance of the screen to improve overall visibility of the display. So in an airport flooded by fluorescence or at home using a reading lamp at night, adaptive display adjusts to the environment, providing an improved and more pleasing viewing experience. In addition to adaptive display, Tab S users also enjoy 3 user-selectable modes: AMOLED Cinema mode for more dynamic video watching, AMOLED Photo mode for Adobe RGB color reproduction, and Basic mode for sRGB color accuracy. They're especially great for designers and photographers working with both Adobe RGB and sRGB content. And the Tab S really excels when you're using it outdoors. For tablets, it's imperative outdoor use and indoor use be on equal footing. But until Tab S, that's not been the case. Think about how unsatisfying it is to read a book or watch movies on a tablet in bright sunlight. You just don't do it. But you should be able to. That's why we put so much effort into improving the outdoor visibility factor for Tab S. So on a bright sunny day in the park, Tab S users can enjoy the best display quality available. And we do that in 2 ways. First, local contrast enhancement automatically breaks down brightness into 3 parts: bright, medium bright, and dark. Then applies different contrast values to each, so the content is clearer and more visible in sunlight. And second, the Super AMOLED display is less reflective than an LCD screen. In fact, 40% less reflective. So if you're reading an ebook by the pool on a sunny day, the experience is more enjoyable because you can actually see on the Tab S screen clearly and beautifully. Indoors or out, another aspect that makes the viewing experience so special is our MDNI-E picture engine, the same technology found in our award-winning Samsung televisions. It's one more way Tab S creates impressive picture quality. So what does all this visual power mean to your battery life? The Super AMOLED uses less energy than other tablet displays. So we can keep the design incredibly thin and still give you 11 hours of battery life. So on your flight from, let's say, New York to Buenos Aires, you'll be able to watch an entire season of your favorite TV show in 1080p, all on one battery charge. So, we just talked about the amazing display. Now, let's talk about what you can see on it. What I typically like to do with my tablet is view a variety of different content, but I have to switch from one type of content app to another. I've always wished I could view it all in one place. Now I can. And to help me demonstrate this feature, please welcome Nick Badger from Samsung Telecommunications America. Hey, Nick, why don't you help me out on this part, okay?
I'd be glad to.
We've created Content Home, where videos, news, magazines, and the briefing widget are all aggregated in a single home screen. The new briefing widget keeps you up to date on messages, calls, schedules, and other cool things, like your bookmarks, which we'll show you more about later. When I need to work, there's easy access to spreadsheets and emails as well. And when you want to be entertained, we have partnerships with content providers who are giving the Galaxy Tab S an exciting and useful range of rich content, especially long-form videos to satisfy the viewing habits our research uncovered. Netflix will be available in high definition, making the Tab S one of the selected few tablets to offer Netflix a full HD 1080p. And you can also enjoy full HD content from YouTube on Tab S. And there's more. The tablet really lends itself to the magazine format. And Galaxy Tab S is about to take the digital magazine to the new level with Samsung's new service, Paper Garden. Paper Garden offers you a variety of interactive magazines customized for Tab S. All of the content is optimized for the 16:10 aspect ratio of the Tab S, and the colors are even richer thanks to our Super AMOLED display. You can find all the magazines downloaded in Paper Garden, and while you're reading your favorite magazine, you can even enjoy watching video. It's a whole new level of entertainment that cannot be experienced through print magazines. The potential to inform and educate is also advanced through Paper Garden's interactive format, as you'll see in a moment. To optimize the Tab S experience, Samsung has brought together an exciting roster of innovative partners to help us create an entire ecosystem of amazing content for you to enjoy. And with that, I'm very pleased to announce a brand new collaboration between Condé Nast and Samsung. Please welcome to the stage Condé Nast Editorial Director, Tom Wallace.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here to announce our collaboration with Samsung and that we will be bringing many of our iconic brands to the Tab S. Vogue, Glamour, Vanity Fair, GQ, among others, known throughout the world for their great stories and amazing photography.
And at the core of our collaboration is the pairing of incredible content and photography with our interactive Paper Garden and Super AMOLED display.
Mike, we love having our magazines on devices that can render them beautifully. And that's certainly the case when you combine the Super AMOLED display with Adobe's digital publishing suite and the Tab S's 16:10 aspect ratio. Condé Nast magazines on Paper Garden, on the Tab S, is a superb reading experience.
Tom, we couldn't agree more. It's a perfect fit.
And that's why we're excited about it. With the Tab S, the look of our digital magazine content is given a quality boost, plus an exciting interactive tablet experience you can take anywhere. And I think you're all going to be impressed when you see it. For example, if you flip to our Golf Digest magazine, you can see our interactive golf swing sequence. Pretty good.
Wow, that's cool. That's awesome. Thank you, Tom. So we're really looking forward to big things from this collaboration, and we thank you for being with us today to introduce it. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Wallace.
Thanks.
The possibilities are really exciting for content partnerships so readers can take full advantage of this amazing display. Which brings us to our next partner, National Geographic. Please give a warm welcome to National Geographic Society's Senior Vice President, Global Strategy and Business Development, Mr. Adam Sutherland.
Thanks, Mike, and good evening, everyone. It's great to be here for the launch of the Tab S. Anybody working in our industry will immediately recognize the value of this device and its Super AMOLED screen when it comes to viewing our photography and our videos in their true color. And I know the consumers will love it as well. The easiest way to demonstrate the appeal of this is with our 50 Greatest Photos application. This polar bear image you see is one of our most iconic 50 photographs of all time. It looks fabulous, and we're bringing it to Android for the first time on the Tab S.
Well, I can really appreciate the power of these images. What else do you have from National Geographic?
Well, our award-winning monthly magazine is now on Paper Garden, where the display and the new interactive features bring our content to life like never before in high resolution.
That is saying a lot. National Geographic's reputation for delivering true grandeur and mystery of the natural world in its print version is unrivaled. And together, in digital format, we've raised the bar. Adam, thank you for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sutherland.
Thank you.
Our next partner brings the superhero to the Super AMOLED.
I hope you enjoyed the video.
Hey, buddy, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm very excited to talk to someone other than Mr. Stark. His last name says it all.
Did he come with you today, Jarvis?
I'm afraid not, sir. However, I came with someone who is equally amazing.
Well, why don't you introduce him for us then?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Joe Quesada, Chief Creative Officer at Marvel Entertainment.
Thanks, everybody. It's really great to be here with all of you today. As we all know, people's lives are powered by Samsung's amazing technology, and Marvel empowers characters with amazing abilities and the world with their stories. And I'm here today to announce...
Pardon me, sir, but you won't be mentioning the secret project we're working on, will you?
Yeah, Jarvis, that's kind of why we're here. We discussed this, and that the best man would announce the presentation.
Yes, we did, sir.
Good. Okay, so...
And now, it is my pleasure to announce...
Jarvis!
Your body temperature is rising, sir, and I sense an elevated heart rate. You're either quite excited about this announcement, or you have severe stage fright. If you feel overwhelmed in any way, I'm online and ready, sir.
I'm sure you are, Jarvis, but I'm fully capable of announcing the Avengers Age of Ultron partnership between Samsung and Marvel. There. I did it. See? It's a natural fit. Two companies with such passion for the ways that can enrich people's lives coming together in a superpowered team-up to create something truly, truly astonishing.
And in the near future, people will see Samsung's innovative work in our movies.
Really? Sweet. Samsung products will actually be shown in Avengers Age of Ultron. Hey, Joe, any roles for Samsung executives?
Mike, we're kind of cast already, yeah.
Okay, understood. But I hear Marvel is providing exclusive content for Galaxy users.
That's absolutely right, yeah.
That's terrific, Joe. Hey, listen, is that a Tab S 10.5 you're holding?
Yeah, it is, and this one's mine. But thanks to the folks at Samsung, I've been lucky enough to take this baby for a spin these past few days. Let me tell you, this is an incredible display you guys have here.
I bet you never imagined your movies could look that amazing.
It's really breathtaking. Now you can actually enjoy awesome Marvel content like never before on this beautifully vivid display.
Very well done, sir. Your bio levels have returned to normal.
See, this is why I tell my agent I do not work with AIs.
Slight elevation just then. Nevertheless, many thanks to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe Quesada, and thank you, Jarvis. So, movies and magazines are all made better on the Tab S. But there's even more. The Galaxy Tab S comes loaded with a great variety of premium content and rewards for Tab S customers via the Galaxy Gifts widget. Whether you're looking to be entertained, read a magazine, catch up on the latest news, or be more productive, we have an offer tailored for you. Just to highlight a few examples, you can get free $20 in-game credits for Asphalt 8 and have a great arcade race experience on this wonderful display. From Marvel, a free 3-month subscription to Marvel Unlimited. It puts thousands of top comics at your fingertips. And stay up to date with a free 6-month subscription to The Economist magazine. There are over 30 offers, and all easily accessible on the Galaxy Gifts widget on your Tab S. You can also check out some cool Samsung-specific apps by accessing Galaxy Essentials widget on the Tab S. Hey, Nick, let's show the audience some of our exclusive free offers from Google Play.
Absolutely.
All right. So, right out of the box, Tab S comes preloaded with even more great content because we've partnered with Google Play, an entertainment hub that offers millions of apps, games, songs, books, movies, and more that can be enjoyed across Samsung devices. Nick, why don't you go into My Library widget?
Yep, there we go.
The My Library widget is your portal to these fantastic entertainment options. For example, a 90-day free trial of Google Music subscription service, All Access, gives you immediate, unlimited access to more than 22 million songs anytime you want to play them. We're also providing a number of top-selling books and magazines, such as Shake, GQ, and Cosmopolitan. Plus, in the movie section, you'll find Warner Brothers' Academy Award-winning film, Gravity. Imagine that view of Earth from space on our Super AMOLED display. The level of detail is, well, out of this world. And we're not stopping there. We've got more things for your ears, too. Available in the United States, we've designed a no-ads streaming radio service called Milk Music. Milk Music is unique because it improves new music discovery, making it faster than ever to find the perfect song. And it's incredibly easy to use because of an innovative user interface. Nick, help me out here. Why don't you go into the Milk Music service, please?
Here we go.
As you can see, Milk starts with a distinctive circular dial, inspired by an analog radio dial. By turning it in either direction, you discover new hits and find old favorites. You can quickly jump through genres, and by turning the dial, you can skip to any station by simply tapping on it. Your music plays instantly, and it's easy to customize with the fine-tune feature. Nick, take him to fine-tune, please. After choosing his favorite music, Nick then fine-tunes the station using the slider to play more or less popular music within that genre. As an example, by choosing less popular songs, he discovers more new music. The middle slider prioritizes songs based on their release date. Once you have the perfect mix, you add it to My Stations for quick access. You can also create new stations from the growing music catalog. Milk Music makes listening to music easier and more enjoyable than ever. Thanks, Nick. We'll see you later on in the show, okay?
All right.
Music, movies, magazines, all on the world's first high-resolution Super AMOLED tablet. We've talked a lot about the amazing display on the Tab S. There are other amazing things about it, too. Helped by the Super AMOLED screen, it's only 6.6 millimeters thin. That equates to a stack of about 5 credit cards. It's one of the world's thinnest tablets and even thinner than most smartphones, and yet packed with so many amazing capabilities. Check out this slender profile. Super slender. It's unbelievable how thin it is. The slim, light design makes it easier and more comfortable to use anywhere. And most of us want thin and beautiful. The Tab S is finely crafted with a modern, sleek look inspired by architectural design and minimalist aesthetics. Tab S is guaranteed to turn heads wherever you go. Now, the Tab S maintains design continuity with the Galaxy S5. And to create a more premium look, we trimmed it in gold to give it an aura of luxury. Check out this incredibly thin bezel. This device is our new standard in slimness, completely surpassing limitations on previous product size and bezel width. Plus, they are incredibly light. The Tab S 10.5 weighs only 465 grams, and this 8.4 weighs 294 grams, the very definition of portability. Both are lighter than the competition and have larger screens. The Tab S 10.5 and 8.4 come in two colors, titanium bronze and dazzling white. We also have newly designed swappable covers that come in two styles, book cover and simple cover. And there are various colors to choose from, white, bronze, blue, ivory, red, and black. With the new snap buttons, you can easily connect to the device, and it maintains its super slimness even with the cover on. And the book cover folds to achieve 3 different planes to get you the best angle for your immediate needs: viewing mode, touch mode, and typing mode. There's also a Bluetooth keyboard that's ergonomically designed and 7.5 millimeters thin. It's available for both Tab S models to enhance productivity and usability. This ultra-slim accessory is secured with a clasp for better protection and complements the Tab S design identity. Tonight, it has been my extreme pleasure to share with you dozens of exciting new features and capabilities of our Tab S. Plus, there's more to come in just a moment. But by far, the most remarkable innovation is the unparalleled immersive Tab S viewing experience. You have never seen this level of detail and richness on any other tablet. There is simply nothing else like it. You won't believe the difference. With its Super AMOLED display, the next big thing, without a doubt, is the Galaxy Tab S. Now, I'd like to ask Ryan back on stage to tell you more amazing things about the Tab S, like its incredible level of connectivity. Thank you.
That was a lot of really cool stuff, and I'm sure we're all very impressed. Thank you, Mike. You can't have a satisfying ecosystem of devices without superior connectivity. The Tab S connects other tablets, laptops, and smartphones. And that connectivity gives you enhanced usability and increased productivity. But our connectivity goes way beyond device to device. Samsung is the only tablet manufacturer that supports voice calls on its tablets. Meaning the global connected version of the Tab S, outside of the United States and Canada, provides person-to-person connectivity wherever and whenever you want. And while on a call, you can even send texts or images to the person you're speaking to via SMS with a simple drag and drop. Yes, true multitasking on a wide screen, including the ability to run 2 different apps simultaneously with the multi-window function. Now, in the mobile industry, Samsung is a pioneer in multitasking, and with Tab S's connectivity, it gets even better. So we've got Side Sync, another great multitasking feature for both LTE and Wi-Fi versions. With Side Sync, you simply connect and mirror your S5 on your Galaxy Tab S. Via Side Sync, you can also use our cool new call forwarding feature. Let's say hello to Nick again.
Hi, Ryan.
Why don't you show us how call forwarding works?
Okay.
So Nick is going to start by swiping to the briefing widget. That's the new feature of Content Home Mike showed us earlier. And from within the briefing widget, Nick launches SideSync with a touch. SideSync now discovers and seamlessly connects to Nick's S5, and then mirrors the S5 screen on the Tab S, as you can see. So with SideSync activated, call forwarding actually lets Nick make or receive a call over Wi-Fi on his Tab S. So let's say, for example, Nick's phone is charging in the bedroom while he's watching a movie in the living room, when suddenly a call comes in from Jason. Because we've got a microphone on the Tab S and great connectivity here in this room, Nick can take the call without having to go back to the bedroom. No question, that's superior connectivity. So in addition to the call forwarding, you can transfer files from your Tab S to your phone without a data cable using SideSync. Let's say, for example, Nick is working on a big product presentation on his Tab S. And then Jason suggests that they hit the town. But of course, keep working. With SideSync activated, Nick opens the folder containing the file. Then he simply drags the working file from his Tab S onto the phone UI. That transfers the file to his S5. And within moments, it's ready to open on his phone. And they're ready to go enjoy New York City, but still be productive. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, guys. Let's give Nick a big round of applause. So you can also connect Tab S to your PC through Remote PC, letting you open or share files on your computer, from your computer, seamlessly. Another connectivity feature allows you to connect a group of Tab S users who are in the same room. Everyone can view and implement their ideas about the same document in real time, using just Wi-Fi and a downloadable e-meeting app. Now, we've also built in WebEx, a video conferencing app, which lets you bring people together from anywhere in the world, even letting you share meeting materials with ease. Now, bringing devices together is another level of superior connectivity on Tab S. Normally, you'd have to worry about what the devices are, what type of connections are available, what the feature is that you're wanting to use. Gone. Now, Quick Connect analyzes all of those factors and offers the best scenario to get you linked up. You simply tap an icon for an available device, and Quick Connect does the rest. This means convergence features are finally easy to use. To provide this kind of performance with multifunctionality, we need to have great connectivity, which is why Tab S, like the Galaxy S5, has the latest Wi-Fi standard, 802.11ac MIMO. We've also gone ahead and installed our new download booster. That combines your 3G or 4G data with your Wi-Fi for even better performance, allowing you to download magazines, high-res photos, movies in a snap. Picture 30 seconds for a gigabyte download. So you can see clearly how multi-windows, simultaneous app launching, drag and drop images while on a call, and all the functionality that comes with SideSync, not to mention video conferencing capabilities, and the overall ease of sharing with Quick Connect make Tab S a true multitasker's dream come true. Today, we all expect and need top-tier security. And with the Galaxy Tab S, it comes standard. In Barcelona, we rolled out a feature on the Galaxy S5, private mode, where images, videos, and other file types are kept secure because only your fingerprint will unlock them. Well, this technology is also part of the Tab S. In fact, This is Samsung's first tablet to have a fingerprint scanner. And we've even taken that concept a step further. Here's why. Not surprisingly, our research showed that within the same household, people share the same tablet, which is not always so great. Every time you get your turn, someone's moved around your icons, and no matter how many times you put them back, they just don't get it. Now, imagine your turn is activated with a swipe of your finger. Voila, everything was just as you left it. With fingerprint recognition, up to 8 people can have their own home screen, apps, and, offering an even better layer of privacy, their own private mode. And that's multi-user mode on the Tab S. Our fingerprint detection solution is also tightly integrated with the Knox mobile security framework. Connected and secure, thin and beautiful, partners and content, Tab S and AMOLED. So, you're probably wondering when and how much. For both LTE and Wi-Fi versions of the Galaxy Tab S, launch dates and prices may vary by region. For the US, both sizes will be available in July, with LTE launching shortly thereafter. The 10.5-inch Wi-Fi version goes on sale with a competitive suggested retail price of $499, and the 8.4-inch model, only $399. So before I wrap up, we've got something just off the plane we'd like to give you a sneak peek at, the Tab S global broadcast film.
Display quality has evolved, with pictures that are crisper, livelier, and richer in color. Now that brilliant display quality is available on a tablet. Introducing the Galaxy Tab S with AMOLED display. AMOLED display, vision redefined. Samsung Galaxy Tab S.
So, as you've seen, the Galaxy Tab S takes us from the dark ages of display technology to the Enlightenment. And going beyond the display itself, the incredibly interesting content and partnerships we've created make for a very exciting future. This is a beautiful and stylish device that extends and eases connectivity while at the same time protecting your data. At Samsung, we are proudly putting our flag in the ground with this, our flagship product in the tablet category, the Galaxy Tab S. Okay, it's almost time to open the experience zone, or should probably say zones, because there are 2 identical product experience zones tonight. And we ask you to visit the zone nearest to where you're sitting, either closest to the stage or closest to the doors you entered from. The exact locations will be revealed in a moment over the PA and with an on-screen map. In the meantime, on behalf of all of us at Samsung, thank you, good night.
Okay, guys. Good night, Samsung. That was an interesting keynote, to say the least. I'll be nice on camera. It was interesting. But they did...
It was long. It was a long keynote for essentially 2 devices.
2 devices with improved screens that they made sure they were really selling us hard on the screen.
Did they talk about the screen at all?
No, not at all.
Well, no, they did.
They absolutely...
A lot.
We called it... We don't know where any company can go with screens from here on out. We had the AMOLED. We now have the Super AMOLED, which still has the same amount of pixels as what we've expected from most tablets. Yeah. But we're waiting for the Ultra Super AMOLED Turbo
Mega.
Championship Edition.
Alpha
Dash.
Yeah.
We're
Once
waiting
you
for
go
that.
full immersive explosion, you don't. There's nowhere to go from there.
Hold on. Okay, we will. Let's do this at least.
Yeah.
Okay, before we joke a little bit and then wrap things up, just to let you know, right? They did announce their Tab S line, which has the aura of luxury. There were a lot of cliches here. We'll go down some of them later, but they will be available in July. An LTE version will come out a little later. 10.5-inch Wi-Fi will be $499. 8.4-inch will be $399.
Yeah.
But that still aligns with the prices pretty much that we've seen, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's how much you paid for a Galaxy Tab last year.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
And a month ago, and a month before that.
Yeah, but this
they
is
haven't
the
changed
Galaxy
that.
Tabs.
Tabs
so
is
it's different.
Different from the Note Pro,
But
different
not
from the
different.
Note, different from the Tab, different from the
There's no
Tab 4,
pen.
Tab Pro,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's a lot. There's a
Yeah,
lot out there.
There's
That's
a lot.
all we're
Yeah,
trying to tell
I'm
you.
confused. I can't even think right now.
Any things that you liked out of this, guys?
I actually did like
I know,
one
there was
feature
a good
that
feature.
I was buried in the middle was that user switching fingerprint reader feature where whoever's in your house, your wife, your kid, whatever, they can get their fingerprint scanned and it'll switch into that user mode. I thought that was a cool feature, and maybe it's already existed and it's just new to me. But
I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think on tabs. Not on
Yeah.
Samsung tablets.
all right, yeah.
But
But,
that is a cool feature. For me, I always appreciate, as a former monitor reviewer, I always appreciate nice screens. Super AMOLED sounds great. That resolution is obviously a great resolution. With more color, it's going to be even better. I don't know how necessary it was, but these things are meant to sell, to get people to buy their products. So whatever it takes, right? I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the reality is what we saw here are a new tablet form factor with a slightly improved screen.
Yeah.
That's the reality. If you cut it, however you slice it, that's the reality of what we saw here. And
I don't even know if we could justify saying new tablet form factor.
Because it has dimples on the back.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Doesn't
they
have-
also
It's a new factor from
they
there, right?
talked
Thin.
about
They're thin.
that their version of handoff, whatever it's called, side sync.
Side sync.
That's
It's
kind of
like
cool.
a new thing.
That
for
was
them, right?
the thing that I did like, although it did look a little overly complicated, and maybe they'll simplify it, is the fact that we first thought you could only receive calls on your tablet, but you can make and receive calls. We know that on that recent Apple keynote, it talks to your computer, but not tablet to phone just yet. Probably just an API they can open. But okay, so the two things we did like.
Yeah, you need a Samsung phone to do that, though.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we like the side sync if you're in the Samsung ecosystem, and then the fingerprint sensor, and then the half an hour on the display, and really selling us with phrases like immersive burst.
Yeah.
Immersive burst.
Yeah.
Quantity of pixels.
I've had one of those.
Quality of pixels. Wider color expression.
Yeah.
Visual richness.
Mm-hmm.
Out of this world. And two new colors that Samsung is the kind of the leader in color innovation. We have titanium bronze and dazzling white.
Dazzling
white.
Yeah.
Imagine
Not just white.
tablet
Not pearly
dazzling
white. Dazzling white.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
so
It
how
seemed
many
like-
more months before they come out with another one?
Well,
two?
so the funny thing that Donald alludes to is that there's been a rumored Samsung tablet with 12.2 inches with an Ultra HD, like 4K type resolution.
Yeah.
We might see shortly. It was already previewed at the French Open.
Maybe that'll be
by
a
the
Tab-
Carrier Orange.
a Tab Pro though, because they got the Tab Pros, they got the Notes,
You have the Tab Bros.
the Tab
For-
Pro,
What are the Tab Bros?
and then
the
the
Pro
Tab
market.
S.
Yeah.
Or the Tab Bros.
Yeah. There's a lot of
There's too much action.
If only someone would do a
boutique
making
lines there.
sense of Samsung's tablets article on CNET.
Who could
Someone
possibly
could
do
figure
that
out.
in this room?
Maybe Eric.
Not that
Franklin.
anyone's never done
But I
that.
do think it was interesting to point out that there were some of those things like the side sync that were deliberately jabs at Apple. I feel like that one was there for sure, and like to the point where they didn't even really show it working. Like
Yeah.
they had whipped it up within the week to get it out there, but they didn't, and they went all the trouble doing the demo, and then they actually
It was like,
actually
hey
working.
Nick,
Right.
hey Nick, pull that up for us.
Yeah.
It was like slid it. There was like a phone.
Yeah.
and
A graphic
On-
of a
We
phone
didn't.
on
We
the
didn't
thing,
see
yeah.
it actually make any call whatsoever
receive a
or
call.
exchange information.
They'll,
or anything.
they'll get it. They'll get it dialed in by the time that thing comes out. And
I
the
was
other
gonna
one
see
I
if you
thought
get
was
there.
interesting was their whole Milk Music system,
Yeah.
powered by Slacker.
Yes.
Which was like clearly Like they want to make sure that they're making a compelling subscription on-demand music.
Everyone needs their
program.
own music subscription service.
I mean, they've had it on their phones, and
company.
no one's gravitated towards it because why would you with what else is out there? And quite honestly, the same problem that Beats and Monster's having, not Monster, sorry, but just Beats is having, is that they made their own music service. Yes, Apple acquired them, but people aren't flocking to Beats because Spotify, Pandora have established themselves in that space. I don't see any kind of large, massive shift to any other service right now.
Well, no one's
just
offering anything that compelling to make anyone move.
Curated, okay, but
they have the family plans. I feel like that's one of the big deals. Is like, that's a whole other. That's a topic for a whole other.
That's maybe in another month when Apple does their next event.
Right.
So you know what? For everyone out there, we apologize if that hurt a little bit. I call it the keynote because that's not the way to do a keynote.
No, that was a boring keynote and it did nothing for me as far as engaging me and making me interested in what they were saying. I felt like they went on way too long for two things that weren't that different from what we've seen before.
Like we said, this could have been an online release, quite honestly.
Totally.
They gathered members of the press away from their families, away from TV time. I mean, that's a lot.
Think of the children
watching TiVo at home right now.
All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. We will actually be here next week. At least some of us will be because Amazon will be having their announcement, their mystery announcement surrounding allegedly their rumored 3D glassless phone. That'll be on, is that Thursday? The 18th. What day is Thursday?
I thought it was
the 18th. Is that Wednesday?
No. Well, today's the 13th. Oh, no, tomorrow's 13th.
Just go to CNET every day and you'll catch it. Like,
Pretty
there's
much.
no
It's
reason
Wednesday.
not to be.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah.
June the 18th. We'll be back here. So thanks so much for hanging out with us on CNET Live. We will see you next time. Have a good night. Until then, hasta la vista.